Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the new month. We're in November. Unfortunately, last month I wasn't able to do as much as I wanted to do. I did put a new video out. If you didn't check it out, it's out there. But we're in the new month. Unfortunately, I dealt with a couple hurricanes, which knocked out power, and then the internet, and then all the money that you would need to get any of these things fixed. So it's been ridiculous, but unfortunately, I was okay. If you drive from my house either direction, things were absolutely crazy. A lot of damage everywhere. So just absolutely terrible for so many people. So fortunate nothing happened, but definitely set back my favorite month. So we're in the new one. I didn't change the background. We're still in the Halloween. I don't want to do that. I was actually editing a new video, but I don't feel like editing all day today. So I was like, whatever, we're going to do this video because these new videos have been popping up in my feed the last few days. New people I don't watch, actually on comic books as well as on toys. But one who was on comic books, they were talking about just the market being down in general. Market is down for all collectibles, whether it's cards, comics, or toys, or any other merchandise that you're going to find. It's definitely a buyer's market right now. The economy is horrible. People don't have extra funds to be able to spend on that kind of stuff. So if you have the money, you definitely can find the stuff that you're looking for. But if you're needing money and things are happening in your life, you're trying to sell stuff and you're not making anything. Definitely curating a collection. You have to be very specific now. There's so many amazing lines from everywhere, from import to domestic and everywhere in between. There's so many cool things coming out. It's an overload of cats and dogs proportions for sure. And that brings me to the other videos that have popped up. And there were a couple of new toy channels that I had never seen, but they were talking about the oversaturation of the toy market. And I definitely been feeling this for a while, so it was definitely something that was hitting. I'm like, why is my phone and Google knowing what I want to watch? Well, I mean, these people are posting these new videos, so we're all in the same like wavelength. But in any case, I'm going through all these things, so I wanted to have a chat about it. What kind of collector are you, loose or in box, is what we're going to discuss. Man, it's just, there's just so much to do and so little time to do it in. So thank you guys for stopping by today, and thank you guys for all the new subscribers. And we do all kinds of toy stuff on here. If you're like, who's this guy just rambling about? What are you doing this video on? We're chatting today about toys. Let's get into it. So, backstory, I have been a collector for about 29 years or so. Love vintage, always a huge part of me, and it just continued on into the modern stuff to get all the figures that we have always dreamed of now in perfect representations in our hands. So I've always bought like 2 of every figure. I know it's like 1 the rock, 1 the stock. Actually, no, it would be like 3, because you need 1 the rock, 1 the stock, and 1 to open. But I don't have enough money for 3, so 2 it is. And I've always like bought that, but now with so many different companies, domestic and foreign, making such fire, all the major companies constantly dropping stuff each week that we have to pre-order. Mondo making things that are taking our whole paychecks. It's just constant. There's no way that you could get 2 of every figure. And probably about 2 years ago, I started to open up the modern figures that I've had since the beginning. All the NECA Ninja Turtles I buy multiples of, G.I. Joe Classified, things like that. Just so many figures I would buy like doubles of. And so many I haven't even got to open up yet. But they would just sit there forever. And it was because of Mondo. I started to open up some of the figures. I'm like, why am I spending so much money? I'm eating ramen for months, and I can't even enjoy these figures. We might die at any time. So I started opening up the figures. This is Tila here. I haven't even taken all the plastic off of her. She is freaking bonkers. This figure is amazing. There's so many head switch outs, hands, weapons, all kinds of stuff. You can take this off here and put her normal head on. I'm not going to waste any time, so we'll just kind of sit it there. But, man, you can do all kinds of stuff. She comes with tons of heads. I love the Mondo figures. They are fantastic. So after opening them, seeing these fantastic statue-type action figures on your shelf, I just started to open up some of my NECA figures that I had for a really long time. I actually think I had gotten some loose figures as well. That's another really great thing. If you're an inbox collector, which I have been all my life, so I definitely feel that... like we're looking at what this vintage turtle cycle right here. You're going to vintage. Definitely having the box is so nostalgic, and there's so many different ways that you can collect these. You can just get the box. You can get a complete end box. It's missing the insert, but you have the whole piece in there, and you can just put it in the box. Or you can have it like super complete, sealed, or even complete with the insert. And so it's all up to the collector yourself, if you will. But it's only you who's seeing the freaking collection. Like, someone's gonna come over, right? They're gonna see this box, like, oh my god, I totally remember that. Like, I had that as a kid, right? They're gonna pick it up. It might just be a box. Like, oh, it's not in there. You might be like, oh, I have it. It's like out on the shelf over there. Or you might just not have it at all. But it doesn't really matter to that person. They're like, oh, I just remember, like, I had this. It's like so crazy. It's only you who's setting these restrictions for yourself. When they leave, they don't give a shit. They're going about their life again. It's only you who's like stressing about it. So collect how you can, what your financial means is, and how you want to have it displayed and feel complete in your heart. For me, it has to be, it can be open, but it has to be complete all the way. Instructions, inserts, which are the hardest to find, as well as having a super clean version, like loose. The toy itself has to be very crispy, and then I have it in there. But especially when you're going for some of the really high-end toys that are very, very expensive, you're like, I'm not gonna pay like $2,000 or $1,000 for that figure. If you're piecing it together, you come up along the box, you get the box, you start putting it together. If you play it right, you can save hundreds. You just gotta do it right. And but for all the common kind of stuff, it's a lot of times it's better just to buy it sealed, or just buy it messed up, and then you have it loose, perfect condition. That's just a little hint there. But we have like the modern stuff, so I would always, obviously, I'd buy all the box art. You got this cool box, it's just sitting around, right? This is fantastic. This is gonna be the NECA Mirage Ninja Turtles. They are absolutely crazy. You can see on here. So you have this really awesome box. The artwork is great. Got the drop down there, and the figures would be inside, and they're out because I took them out because they need to be played with. We have, so there's like Donatello there. I think, where is he at? Where the heck did he go? There he is, right there. Leonardo. These figures in real life are so amazing. Some of the best Ninja Turtle figures they've ever made, for sure. And I mean, there's so much more details all around on all the figures. When you take them out of the package, you really get to enjoy them. Because you'd be like you got this Super 7, right? I would always buy my figures, buy like 2 of all the Super 7 figures. And these look cool. You got them all stacked up in your cabinet or whatever it may be. Glass cabinet, normal bookshelf, whatever it is. They look cool, whatever. You got that nice glare. You'd be trying to see, like, oh, man, I can almost see, but I can't. But it don't matter. You'd be sitting there back in your chair, in your little toy room, looking at the figure in the box. You'd be, like, trying to see in there. You got the freaking flashlight. You'd be flashing in there. This has got the top. They don't have it on here, but you'd be like, oh, can I see it in there? Can I see it squinting? I can almost, like, see it. I can almost see it. So, well, I started taking this stuff out. So we got this metalhead, this Super 7, right? Then we got the NECA metalhead that I just opened up. I bought this way in the beginning too. This came in like a closed style. Here we go. Closed style box right here. It's got the little flap. And this is another thing, like, why am I going to have these boxes with just flaps like sitting around? I can't even see the figure in the inside of it. Now they look cool. I got a bunch of them down there. They all on like the thing, the VHS style. It does look cool with them all like that. Whatever. But I want the figure that's out of there. And after having this out, I mean, there's a little button. There's a switch on the back of this. You would never know this unless you took it out of the package. Like I said, you'd be like looking through. I think I see a switch on there. Is that a switch? Is that a switch? No. So I'm gonna open this one too to check it out. But I was gonna sell this figure, but toys like all this stuff that we're gonna talk about today ain't worth shit now. So this figure I would literally would have got. It would have been like $23 on eBay after shipping and all that. I might have got like $9 to $11 for this figure. I don't think so. I'm opening this up, and this figure is awesome. I love them. The little vacuum, you can put them in the dioramas. So many things you can do, and this figure comes with so much stuff that you can do that you couldn't do with the old school turtles with, I don't know how many points of articulation, but not as many as these, and it's just a huge, huge difference. This one's for nostalgia. This one's for new age. You ready to do all those dreams you wanted with your action figures? You gotta get the modern stuff right there in Inbox Collector. I am all about that, so I am not putting that down for that. I do like with a lot of the new companies, they are making these retro style figures, either bringing back original style figures updated, original style figures just recreated again. And one of them is going to be Street Sharks by Mattel. They are fantastic. This figure right here, I finally have all of the normal sharks. And I don't know if I don't need all of them. I need the sharks, and these go great with so many different lines of figures. I had to get 2 of these. Now, these figures are so great, I'm saying, with the retro style figures, because you do want to keep them in the box because they are very representative of the figures you had as a kid. A lot of times they're almost exactly the same if it wasn't for this 40th anniversary. And you do have weapon, like different hand change outs and whatnot in here, versus the old one, it would just have like the mechanics would be inside of the figures themselves. But you still do have your fleshlight skin on the inside, and then you got your, you know, your mechanisms on the back, so everything still works. This is literally everything you wanted as a kid for this line, and it's redone in this figure line. Now, I had this, man, we had these when I was a kid in the package forever. They were in our rooms, but I had Blades, which just as Streaks, they changed the names, but the original was Blades, and he was my favorite. Always like Michelangelo, always skateboarding. I was a big skateboarder back in the day. So, I had this figure box for so long. I sold it at a yard sale. 3 for $15. All my Marvel, Spider-Man, animated series, Batman, anime, all these like figures. So he sold. And I've regretted it ever since. These ones, vintage-wise, great condition. Probably looking at about $450, at least $300 and something for one of these figures. So for Mattel to re-release this figure looking exactly like the old ones, hey, for $25, I am all in. Well, I mean, I guess like $27 after tax. But yo, I'm in that. So I'm not gonna open this kind of one, but it's so good, I have to have one to open. So that I'm gonna buy 2 of. So if it's a retro version I really, really like, it represents the vintage one, it's going to be enough for me. I'm going to buy one of those for display and one to open. Otherwise, if it's anything modern like NECA, I'm just going to go ahead and open it up. I'm not going to need to get 2 of them. But these ones, like, now I don't have to pay $450. I get this for $27, and that fits my thing. Because, again, it's just you. Who cares? Who cares? By the way, video on those Street Sharks coming sometime, because they're amazing. I've already opened, like, Jab and Ripster, and they're freaking crazy. I love those ones. So modern toys are so amazing, whether they're foreign or domestic. But the foreign toys, like the imports and stuff, whatnot, you can get them on like 5K or Gundam, like this Count Duckula. You would always want this figure. He's in the back. He's up there. You'd always want this figure, but no place is ever going to make it. They count them different. They name them different. Count Vegetarian right there, whatnot. Again, you just have the open box. What am I going to do with this box? Is green. Man, I need to take him out. They come with all kinds of accessories, head swap outs, all kinds of stuff. I use them all the time. I use them for a lot of stuff. I love that figure. I mean, he was like $35. No, I think he was 50 something after shipping and stuff. But still, you're never going to get another version of that figure. And it's exactly perfect scale to your other figures. I love that figure. Awesome. So there's so many cool things you're definitely going to want to open. You just have this box of green sitting there. I mean, you got to open that up. Vintage, though, you can get loose. Like this guy right here. This is the Mego Spidey. I use him all the time. He's always in the background. Tons of articulation. He's like a first Mezco figure ever or whatnot. This figure is like awesome. Definitely a lot more articulation than like the Ninja Turtle and whatnot. You could do so many more things. So I like using these ones all the time, even with the modern figures and whatnot, because the articulation is just so good when you're adult for using for photos and whatnot. It goes to like comic books or toys. It would be kind of like the same thing, because I collect like so much stuff, so many different things. But like, what kind of comic collector are you? Let's look at these like comic books that are right here. So I sold all my comic books recently. I have one long box left and a couple short boxes with all my like super prime awesome. But if you're the type of comic book collector who just wants to like read through your book and enjoy the stories, reminisce about the pages you remember flipping through as a kid, definitely reader version is going to be really awesome for that. Obviously, you got your normal like top loader style. You can put your comic books in for that. This is all like, what kind of collector are you? Because like I'm talking about like if I'm me. I'm getting out my long box, right? It's been a long time. You got all these boxes full of comic books. You get it out. You're flipping through. You see a book, pull it out, look at the cover. Oh man, that looks real cool. That looks real cool. You put it back in, and most of that whole entire long box does not get seen for many, many years. It's like ridiculous. Like, what does it even matter? Yeah, the artwork is awesome and cool, but you're not even enjoying it or whatnot. So you really will enjoy the ones that are like your favorite. So that is why my super favorite of anything, whether it be comic books, cards, or toys, I don't mind having them encapsulated. I do like them graded or just in acrylic cases that you can buy online. That way, like, I've already enjoyed this stuff as much as I can. I do see a lot of this stuff as art to be in the background and whatnot. I'm busy all the time doing stuff. I don't really have time to enjoy them as much as I would like. None of us do. None of us has time to just really sit there and enjoy it. But when I am in my room and I'm looking at the stuff, I want to just go ahead and manhandle it a little bit, look at it. Now, I don't want to just share it with everyone because I'm super anal about, like, the condition of my things. So, I mean, I'd be giving it to it like, yeah, you can look at it, and then it'd be like, don't, oh, what's that? Is this oh, stop shaking it, stop shaking it, stop shaking it. I wouldn't say that, but inside my head, I'm going crazy on it. So yeah, my favorite issues, I get that. So I don't mind that. A lot of people don't like that, but I feel like if it's something you want to have in the background, you're going to show off to a lot of people and whatnot, have them handle it and whatnot. It's good. I do like to have 9s or greater, and that's all up to you what you would like to have. Once you get to around 9 and whatnot, depending on what it is, comic books are a little bit more expensive. So 8.5 in like a comic book, it's basically like the price of like a raw comic if it's not in like perfect condition. It's crazy. So you're not going to be able to sell them for much later. But for enjoyment, for your own collection and your own appreciation, it's going to be just fine and save you some money. And no one is going to care but yourself. So, wrapping it up in comic books, if you don't want to get it graded or whatnot, you can get these super fantastic cases. These are acrylic cases. They're kind of the magnetic top. I think you can get these off Amazon. They may come in a pack with like a couple. They're like $25, which is almost like the price of sending in a book to get graded, but you have the ability to switch this out with any book that you would like. I think these are absolutely incredible. I love these so much. And like I said, if you just want to get a couple of these, switch out your awesome comics and put them on display, this is definitely going to be a way to go. You don't have to worry about buying or getting them graded in any shape or form. So it all depends like on what you want to do. I don't flip through my books or whatnot. I don't have time for that. I like to look at them for the covers. So for me, having them graded, having them in the top loader in the background is going to be great. And every once in a while, I use those ones I had as a kid, my favorite issues, and I flip through and remember those favorite pictures and drawings that I like. That's just a collector item. When it comes to cards, the same thing. You can go with your, I'm a huge Pokemon collector. Don't talk about it on this channel, but you can always get some graded cards as well. You can have them in your top loader style on there as well. And like if I pull cards and stuff, then obviously you can send them in later to get graded to the thing. But if you're getting grades in the 9s, you get them for basically nothing because everyone wants the 10s, and I don't discriminate. I like all the different labels. I like the colors. How's it going to fit better with, in my mind, you have the magnetic tops just like we had on the comic books to display your cards. So if you're just like me, every once in a while you're like, I want to look at some of my cards, and you flip through and you take it out and you look at it. Man, that's cool looking. Man, I forgot I had this card. Like today, I was like, man, I forgot I had this freaking Espeon. This card is sick right here. But I was like, ah, damn it, I forgot I had this. Alright, man, I'm gonna put it back in after this. I'll forget about it again. Doesn't matter. Some of my favorite cards, you buy them in a 9, get them graded. You can crack these open if you want. It doesn't really matter. They're the same price as basically having them raw. You get them graded, and so that way you can play with them, put them on display, everything, show them to people. Absolutely fantastic. So I only buy like my favorite cards that I want from the set, and these I get them in 9s. No one knows. Again, it's just you. Like this is a 10. This is a 9. Who's gonna know the freaking difference? You're like looking at, you give it to one of your friends. Yo, check out this card right here. Man, that looks awesome. You know, it looks like a giraffe. That's cool. What the hell is that? What is that on there? Is that a freaking line? Is that a white feather on there? Come on, man. They don't give a shit about that. They look at the artwork real quick. Oh, that's cool. Especially if you got multiples. Like, oh, man. Okay, that's cool. That looks cool. Oh, yeah, I like the green on that. Oh, that waifu looking hot right there. Like, come on, dude. No one cares. Just you. So, so many ways you can display, get them, but again, it only comes down to you. What do you want to do with your collection? What is in your head that's going to make you happy? Because it's only you driving yourself crazy. Don't drive yourself crazy. Really don't. You go about work and you'll just forget about that stuff for sure. But anyways, wrapping up comic books. I sold my comic books. I got nothing. You can sell. I sold like on eBay. Oh my God, it's like $11 just for shipping. But You sell like 20 comic books. I was getting like $10, $15. It ain't crap, dude. It ain't crap. Just a little bit of money to pay bills, get gas money, whatever. That's what I save these pieces of cardboard and paper for 30, 40 years so I can use them for gas money to get whatever. I couldn't sell them forever. They were on there for a couple months on eBay. All kinds of stuff, dude. Spawn, Gen 13, a ton of early like J. Scott Campbell, Spider-Man, Bagley runs, McFarlane, Death of Superman, all those cheesy books, Batman, Nightfall stuff, all these new independent title issue ones. So much stuff. Variant titles I paid like $40, $50 for. Man, it don't even matter. So you know what I got from the comic book store? Super excited about. I got this, oh man, this is a thick bish right here. I got the Pixel Dan Motu complete guide for action figures. Got all the lines in there, not the Origins line, unfortunately. Maybe he'll do an add-on, but this bad boy is thick. And it's got everything, man. It's got everything. It'll have your front card back, the rear, all the weapons, accessories, out every line. So good. This is everything I could ever want in a collector guide. Pixel Dan did a fantastic job. Funny story about this from the comic book shop. I ordered this maybe 4 years ago. Well, whenever Pixel Dan first came out with these, I ordered this through the Previews magazine, and it was there. It took forever to come in, and I was like kind of not into comic books, so I came in, cleared out my cubby. It wasn't in there. I said, if you find it, let me know. They never found it. I came back a year later. It was there on the shelf. I still didn't buy it. And then it was still there when I came to trade in my comic book. So in the end, it was $60. And the shitty thing is, I wish I would have got $20 more. They gave me $120 for my freaking trade-in. I gave them 156 comic books. It should have at least been $200. But you should just even trade, bro. I still had to pay $20, but I love that place. And I always get ripped off on my trade-ins, but man, I love the place. Definitely support them. They're the best comic book shop. But so I guess it was made for me. I got it in the end. This book is amazing. I can't wait till he does his Ninja Turtle one. I know he's been working on something like that for a long time. So if he does a Turtle one with all lines, that's going to be absolutely chef's kiss. And the piece de resistance, I got finally one of the best iconic action figures of all time. And yes, that price is true on there. It is the first edition Straight Arm Snake Eyes 1983. Man, I never even wanted this figure or had seen it until it was at the comic book shop when I bought my Baroness, and I fell in love. It is such an iconic figure, and I had to have it to go with my Baroness. It is so cool. It has been there for so long since I got the Baroness and it was still there. I was like, I gotta get that. It's meant for me. Dude, the joints on this super tight. I don't even know if this thing's ever been used. It's not glued, right? Because this thing looks amazing. It's complete. Comes with all the weapons, file card, all that goodness. But now I have to get in that. I kind of want that Storm Shadow to complete the whole thing. But this Snake Eyes is amazing. So cool. So funny, after all those years, I got those two pieces that were kind of meant for me in the beginning, and that is what my childhood collection went trading for. So that's absolutely crazy. But like this Snake Eyes, see, it's vintage. I won't give up on vintage. I had a goal set to get a specific amount, and I'm almost like there. And Snake Eyes wasn't on there. He would have been a wild card that was kind of thrown in there. But like I said, every once in a while, there's definitely vintage toys that pop up I have to wind up getting. But for the master set, there's only a few that are missing. This Snake Eyes, just to have this such iconic figure, always like to have those ones in the toy box or whatnot. So yeah, if you're going to collect vintage, it's nice to get them like loose. Don't worry about if they're in the box or whatnot, because it's either you had it or you didn't have it, but being able to have it moving around in your hand and whatnot is just so amazing. Like I said, so many figures I opened up that I never would have opened up before that are just amazing out of the package. This NECA figure, oh man, this Triceratodon, I bought several of him because he's so cool. Again, if you're getting these figures loose, you could save yourself so much money. I wound up paying $23 for this figure. This was a $55 figure at the store. This figure is one of the best figures I've ever seen. All open mouth, tongue, everything moves. It's ridiculous. I love that figure. I happen to open up a lot of my old figures. I opened up this Sakio Jumbos, and I didn't know I was going to sell one of them. And I was like, yeah, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to open up both of them or whatever. Because they're both like so different, and they are so cool. Dude, this one, my friend like saw this, and he's like, Dude, this figure is awesome. He got the real cloth with like the real string, the strap on the hat. Yeah, dude, so much. Like I love this figure. Love this figure. They did such a good job. You put the little rubber band with like the weapons that you can scabbard with the swords you can put in any position. Crazy, crazy. They had that sit in. What is this? Sit in this stupid box right here, dude. Sit in this box. Have this out. No, that's crazy. That's crazy. Those figures are good. So many other figures I got open that are sitting back there. And lastly, this Slash figure by Super 7. It has so many details all around. You can put all its weapons in all the little pockets and whatnot. You got the little blades you can put on the belt. This figure in package looks amazing. The colors pop really good. But out of package, this is one of the best figures. And it still does command kind of a price on there. This figure, you just got to take these figures out to see. And to hold. And to see this heft. And to be able to put this in all the positions that you'd want it to be. I mean, this piece right here, look at this thing. This is an arm attachment for the Battletoads video. That's actually the video I was editing. I didn't feel like doing that today. It's Battletoad one. You got to see these things. They're absolutely insane. This is a freaking arm piece. You can do all these things. So, like, it's like, why wouldn't you open these things to really experience and see how amazing these things actually are? Alright, so all in all, we just kind of went a whole circle, and I ain't really giving you any answers about what you should do. But I can't tell you what to do because this is your collecting world with all your different rules that you set for yourself. I just know it's only you who's enjoying this stuff in your private moments, and it doesn't matter who comes over or who knows about it because they don't give a shit when they leave. Just do what you want to do and collect how you want to do and how your money lets you able to be able to do. Some stuff I will keep carded because that is perfect representation of the vintage stuff that I love. Some stuff I'm going to open up and enjoy because there's so much articulation and accessories and things you can play with and whatnot. I like all of those things to have. Vintage is always going to be king. Vintage is like top tier. That's like a whole other level. You have this stuff you can show off to people, and then when you're ready, like, are you ready to go to the next level, bro? And then you go there and like, open the door. And it's done. They're like, what the? And then they're done. Because seeing all that, again, it didn't even matter if it was the best condition. Like, if you had all these different lines, this whole room full of stuff, you're just like, just drooling, looking at all this crazy shit around you. You don't care what condition it's in. You're just having like nerve synapses just firing off memories, and you're just like going into goose state of nostalgia crackdown, and you're done. And I'm done. This stuff is amazing, dude. So I collect how you like and what you want to do. But I will say, if it's modern stuff, you should definitely, if you've always been an inbox collector, try opening up stuff. Take a chance sometimes, I'm telling you. It's like addictive. Once you start opening them, you want to open them more, and they're just getting crazy with technology. Once they get those like little AI ones you can control with your Bluetooth, they're moving around and fighting, that's done. Like small soldier style, done. Done. I don't know what this video is about today. I don't know. It's like, what kind of collector are you? Inbox or loose? I'm everything. And I told you nothing. Do whatever the hell you want. Basically, collect how you like. Have it all so your collection looks sick. That's all that matters, baby. That's all that matters. We're back. I'll edit the other new video that's coming out sometime soon. Stay tuned to the channel. Like this video if you did or got something out of it. Hit me up. Let me know in the comments what you thought or any of these things about this video or feelings you got towards collecting. I want to talk about. Until next time, mad love, geek out. See you guys soon.